So if you don't know, I got a K-van. 3 months ago I dropped it off to get wrapped, and today it's back, it's black, and it looks dope. So a few months ago, I brought this thing in here, I cleaned it up, and I dropped it off at Kyle's, and I got some footage I'll show you here. What's up, guys? It has been a long time since we made a video. Actually, I think the last video we made was back when we got the K-van at the beginning of the racing season. But that being said, now that the racing season is over, it's time that we get going back again on the build series for the van. So the year's really busy for me, really busy for Kyle, who wraps my race car, and things have finally died down for us, and he's ready to wrap this thing. So we're gonna get this thing out of the trailer, get it in the shop, get it cleaned up from all the mess that me and the boys have made in it all season long, and we'll get it dropped off at Kyle and get this thing wrapped. Well, now that we've got it inside, let's get to cleaning up. We've got a lot of stuff to clean up from the last year of messes, including tire debris, all kinds of random shop rags, and let's get this thing figured out. So one thing I want to bring up while I'm sitting here cleaning the glass off real well, I did one pass over just with a glass cleaner and like a blue shop towel, but there's still a whole lot of speckles on the window. And one thing is, when you're tinting windows, you want to give it, just like a sticker, you want to give it the best possible thing to stick to possible. So you really got to get all those specks off there. When I bought my hatch and I was just trying to clean it up, my friend Zach taught me to use triple-aught steel wool and a bunch of glass cleaner. When you get real close, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. See how grimy, well, that's obviously just dirt and grime, but you can kind of see all these little dots here. They're absolutely disgusting. And they won't come off regularly, but if you soak the window really well and then just scrub it really hard with triple-aught steel wool and then clean it again, it absolutely brings your windows back to life. I've been doing it on these windows here, and I'm in the process of doing some others, but this glass is crystal clear, brand new. So it's gonna give him the perfect starting point just to lay some tint down, and all he has to do is clean it up one last time and it'll be ready to rip. I won't show you guys all the boring vacuuming or stuff like that, but one thing that Kyle suggested is that we check over the van, make sure it's fully clean and not like super chalky paint, so that the vinyl has something to stick to, and then sand anywhere that needs to be sanded. If you look, the roof is a bit rough. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect layup there, because obviously no one's going to look up there, but we still want the vinyl to stick and stay on. So I'm going to get up there and hit it with some Scotch-Brite and clean it up. I'm going to clean the van up with just like some waterless wash, clean it up real good, maybe even just use some simple green on it, finish it up, and we'll be ready to get this thing dropped off. I mean, I wouldn't call it clean. She could still use a good vacuuming, but she's about ready to rip. We got us a new shift knob on this sucker. We're also gonna have Tyler come in and remake these horrible last second seat mounts that we made, because this thing is all over the place. So that'll be another project. This was one of those seats that folded over into the back, into the trunk of a different van. So it's on a million different hinges, all kinds of crap. And we just need to come up with something that's a little less sketchy. But yeah, let's get this thing cleaned up. Okay, so 2 months in the future, we're back. We're here with the van. It's time to get these Konig wheels out from underneath all the dust they've been collecting for the last 2 months. And we're gonna get those things put on the van. We gotta get the tires down from the top shelf, and let's get these suckers put on, because they are gonna absolutely change this thing. I'm so stoked. These things are actually so dope. Like, the lip does it for me, like for sure. These things are sick. So I set it up so the wheel size, or the tire size, is like pretty much the exact same as the other one. So this thing has to go into the lift, and it always rubs the lift whenever we pull it in there. So I didn't want to make the tires taller and like raise the ride height. We're also going to lower it like 2 or 3 inches as well, all kind of to help it go into the lift and not rub the whole way everywhere we go, but also make it look a lot more dope too, because lower is better. slept on things whenever you get new tires is cleaning all of the junk off the tires. Even though they're brand new, they're disgusting. So you always gotta use some kind of a tire cleaner to like make it look good. But you can kind of see right here. This is where the sticker was for like the shipping. And this is like the regular, yeah. So we're gonna spray this on. Bleach white tire cleaner. Let it sit for a couple minutes and then just wipe it off. It's pretty easy. Nothing to it. Both sides. Hey, are we gonna break? Maybe. There's a 90% chance we're gonna rub right here.
I was already thinking that.
Well, these wheels are 7 inches wide and these are like 5 or 4. And they're 0 offset, so yeah. Yeah, that's gonna rub. We're gonna have to chop that. But I don't care. It's okay. Just add some caster to it. I can already tell that this is gonna go so hard. Does it look good?
This is gonna be your new favorite.
What?
It's gonna be your new favorite car.
It's always been my favorite car. This car literally gets more attention at FD events than my friggin' FD car. Every round.
Well, it's because everybody has an FD car,
Yeah, it's true.
but nobody has a K-Man.
It's true. Hobson's got a K truck, and it's cool. This year, it's over, baby. All K. This thing's gonna go so hard when it's lowered. Looks pretty dope. But it's a monster truck. So we were talking about doing like a 2-inch lower in the front and 3 in the back. That'll be almost perfect. We'll have like an inch of wheel gap, so it'll still be usable. We're definitely gonna rub those front doors though. Back here it's like, we're like, what are those old cars, a gasser, where they're like super high in the front? but like it's raked in the back like a mud. If we lower it 3 inches, it'll be to like right here ish, right? So we'll have like 2 inches of wheel gap. 2 inches up there, dude, this thing's gonna be hot. Is it clear?
It didn't hit the door.
No?
Hang on, come back. Okay, it does hit the door, just barely. Yeah.
We can make this go back some. There's like a tension rod that manages caster in there. It's not adjustable, but there's like a long stud and it just bolts in there, and there's a bushing on each side. And then there's just like a flat washer behind the bushing. We could take that completely out and then stack a bunch of big washers like behind the bushing, and it should theoretically push the wheel back some. As long as we make sure that we're not rubbing the back, because it's settled again some and I can't even get my finger between here now. So we're either going to have to bend this way in, which I don't want to do, or cut it, which I also don't want to do.